What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
I want to thank you for coming out to the steps of the California Supreme Court. The organizers chose today, MLK weekend, to commemorate this moment, that lawyers are no longer going to stand silent. And all lawyers in the Bay Area stand with Black Lives Matter. And today, as Martin Luther King told us, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, we as lawyers stand today saying, oh, y'all be doing both. Today, we as lawyers saying, we want justice. We want justice now. And I'll begin by introducing Elisa, a UC Hastings student, to come here and speak with a few remarks.
Morning, everybody. Morning. My name is Elisa Villanueva. I'm a 2L at UC Hastings and co-president of our Black Law Students Association. On January 1st of this year, I attended the 6th annual memorial for Oscar Grant III, who was killed by BART police in 2009. 6 years later, this movement against police brutality is just now gaining national momentum and international support. This call today is to all of us in the legal profession to take our rightful place in this movement. In the 1960s, black men were killed at a rate 7 times higher than whites by law enforcement. Fast forward today, in 2014, black men were killed at a rate 14 times higher than that of white men by law enforcement. What is more unsettling is that these numbers are underestimated. They do not include victims of vigilante violence like Trayvon Martin, and they are based on self-reports of police departments. The law is complicit in creating this situation, and it cannot address, it's not going to be effective in addressing this problem. We have to change the paradigm of policing, of lawyering. The slogan for this movement is Black Lives Matter because the state of things indicate that we do not. That it's okay to dispose of us in jail cells or on the streets and declare it justifiable homicide. To me, this is state terrorism and this is anti-black genocide. We must take our rightful place. We cannot just inherit the legal system as it is. We must push it to reflect its own ideals of justice and equality. Police are not the problem. Racism is. If we do not address it as racism, it will not be eradicated as racism, and new forms will be created. An exemplar of the type of radical and rebellious lawyering that we need today and in the future is Eva Patterson, the director and co-founder. She is the director and co-founder of Equal Justice Society. As a student younger than I stand before you today, she burst onto the national civil rights scene and has not stopped since. She has held many prestigious positions, including the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights, the California Civil Rights Commission, and to me, she is an inspiration for her dedication and commitment to social justice, and she should be an inspiration to all of us. Please welcome Eva Patterson.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay. I came up out of the garage and saw all of you, and you're so beautiful. You can't even imagine what you look like and how heartening this is, and you brought tears to my eyes. I'm looking at these photographs of the young people and older people who are dead before their time, and you all are out here to say we stand against this. As members of the legal profession, we are against this. Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, John Crawford. A year ago, we did not know their names, but now we know their names, and we know that they're representative of many people of color, black and brown and Asian American and poor people who have been killed and have been unarmed. We think it's very important that we join with people around the country in saying that we do not stand for this anymore. Michael Brown's body lay lying dead on the pavement in Ferguson for 4 hours. We were appalled. We then saw the video of Eric Garner being strangled to death, a death that was ruled as homicide. Many of us in the communities of color and our allies in communities of color have known for decades that black and brown people are often killed and nothing happens. But we did not know that the greater society knew this and felt anything about this. But once we saw the video of Eric Garner being strangled to death and saying, "I cannot breathe," we thought at last there will be some justice. There was no justice. There was no peace. We are now here as members of the legal profession to say this is wrong. We're lawyers. We have an obligation in society to let people know that the criminal justice system is flawed. About a month ago, my friend Claudia Pena and my friend Priscilla O'Shin told me that hundreds of lawyers were going to stage a die-in on the steps of California Courthouse in Los Angeles. I thought, this is fabulous. I'd like to be part of that. So Alina and Grace and other people organized this. We reached out to all of you. All of you just stood up or sat down or lie down and said, we're here. And we're so happy that you're here with us. Things can change. There are specific policy recommendations that can be in place. We would like you to push for them. Policy recommendations such as a civilian review of police, the demilitarization of the police departments. I think some police departments, not the police over here, the highway patrol, you guys have been super cool. Thank you very much. Thank you, CHP. And if you see any of us speeding, just let us go, all right? The San Francisco police have been super cool. So we're not saying that all police are flawed. We're just saying that you shouldn't be able to shoot and kill an unarmed Black or Latino person and get away with it. We also are asking that state prosecutors be appointed because the police and district attorneys, rightfully so, work very closely together. So it's going to be very hard for a district attorney to indict a police officer who we might have to have come testify on his behalf in the future. So we'd like to take that out of the hands of the local district attorneys. We also have learned recently that there's no collection of data on the number of police killings that happen in this country. There are various proposals afoot. Richard Cohen, who's a congressman in the South, has federal legislation that's calling for the collection of data on who gets shot by race, gender, and age. This would help us to figure out what's going on and would help us to make our case in a better way. There's a particular thing that we can ask for in San Francisco. What we've learned is that people with disabilities who are people of color are even more likely to be shot and killed by police. 58% of those who have been shot and killed by San Francisco police are people with disabilities. Our good friend Dennis Herrera, unfortunately, is taking a case up to the United States Supreme Court, which would allow San Francisco police to disregard special protocols with regard to disabled people who are having some problems. Some people, there are some people who may be moving from here over to City Hall to talk to Mr. Herrera about not taking this case up to the Supreme Court. So there are many things I could say about why we're here today, but I want to turn to a more personal concern. Those of us who have Black sons and Latino sons often have what's known as the talk. We talk to our young boys about how to interact with police. What I've heard often in what police are saying is that they want to go home alive. Well, we want our young Black, Latino, and men to go home alive after encounters with the police. It is heartbreaking that these types of conversations have to go on. What also was heartbreaking to me is this summer, I saw young Black kids in their teens and preteens holding up signs saying, "Will I be next? Will I be next?" An 8-year-old child should not have to think about that, but that is reality in this country, and that's what you're here to protest. 2 days ago, I saw the movie Selma. It made me feel good about what was going to be happening today because people went out and put their bodies on the line to stand up for justice. Our bodies are not really on the line today, but we are here showing and bearing witness to the fact that we don't like what's going on, that Black lives do matter, that we want justice and peace. We can make a difference. Our very coming together today makes a difference. I would urge you to go up to 2 people you've never met before and introduce yourselves to them, because what we're trying to do is create the beloved community that Dr. King talked about. When I was thinking about coming here this morning, I thought, hey, I think we should sing a chorus of We Shall Overcome. It will unite ourselves, and it really is the essence of why we're here. So let's try this. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
begin our die-in, we're going to request for everyone to lay silent for 15 minutes. The first 4 minutes represent the 4 hours that Mike Brown's body laid on the ground after being shot. The next 11 minutes represent the 11 times Eric Gardner yelled, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." We will be playing for the first minute Eric Gardner's last words. And we request for everyone to limit self-photography while they die in, and make sure that we leave the public spaces to the right of the staircase where the police officers are clear for people to enter, as well as the disability access in the back. So we may begin to lay down. The organizers request for everyone to think about what they will do after they leave this die-in to make a difference. How will they make sure Black Lives Matter as a lawyer, law student, or community member? So we would like for you to think of a single verb, because at the close of our die-in, you will shout it out. That verb, I will, that X. Thank you.
Are you serious? Where you go? Take me left and watch. I didn't sell anything. I did nothing. We sitting here the whole time on our business. What are you talking about? You guys should do what? To who? You should pay a hard way for what? Anytime you see me, you mess with me. I'm tired of it. It stops today.
This guy right here is forcefully trying to lock somebody up for breaking up a fight.
Everybody standing there that you ain't doing nothing. I did not sell nothing. Because anytime you see me, you want to harass me, you want to stop me, you want to talk sickness. I'm minding my business, officer. I'm minding my business. Please just leave me alone. I told you the last time, please leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.